We do not have wind-up, we do have contact, and we do not have a follow-through. So therefore, it does not meet the criteria for a flaming foul. Caruso will be on the line for 2 free throws.
Only the ServiceNow platform connects every corner of your business, putting AI agents to work for people.
Like secret agents?
No, more like autonomous minions that you control.
To do what?
Well, Jim's agents resolve simple customer issues, and Patty's agents flag network problems.
Proactively.
Yep.
I'm loving my agents. Wait, do you all have agents?
Oh, yeah. And on the ServiceNow platform, everyone's agents work together, so everything works better.
Could I have agents?
Maybe.
Hey, play for an ultra?
Racy for an ultra?
Don't forget, there's ultras on the line.
I didn't.
Michelob Ultra, superior like beer.
Dunkin's $6 meal deal is back. You get a medium iced or hot coffee, bacon, egg, and cheese, and 6 toasty hash browns. It's the biggest deal in breakfast, Dunkin's $6 meal deal.
For your Pacers,
Casey Walters.
Watch out, man. Watch out. Why you do that every time?
This game changed in the second quarter when you entered the bench unit. How were you able to turn the tide of game number 3? I mean, do you hear this? Playing in front of these fans, because this energy, they're new to the next game. You guys held them to under 20 points, fourth quarter. Take me through the defensive effort to close this one out.
Yeah, it's just playing the whole possession. We thought in game 2 we didn't really do that. It was a concerted effort to get that cleaned up, and there's still stuff we need to get cleaned up, but it's effort that needs to step up.
You've been so resilient.
I mean, I think you said it's just a resilient group. You got to credit the coaching staff. You know, they get stuff cleaned up after a win, and we bounce back, and we're going to have to, be happy about this one, but move on and get ready for the next game.
Final thought here. Along those lines, you guys slow game 1 and you saw the effort from Oklahoma City.
Carly Murata, weeknights on 27 News. We've got you covered. This is 27 News at 10.
You're looking live over Madison as storms are hitting the area. We're tracking the threats right now.
That's right, showers, thunderstorms rolling across Dane County. I'll let you know exactly how long these rain chances are expected to last, and we'll talk about some additional chances of maybe some strong to severe storms down the road.
Plus, a man is in the hospital after a shooting on Madison's east side. We've got you covered on what police are releasing about the case tonight. And Southern Baptists are calling for the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn the ruling that legalized same-sex marriage nationwide. How the pastor of a Baptist church in Madison is pushing back on that proposal. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Amber Noggle. Showers and storms are moving their way across southern Wisconsin right now, so let's send it right over to 27 Storm Track Chief Meteorologist Cameron Hopman, who's tracking them out. Active night, Cam.
Yeah, a bit active to say the least. Much of the day was fairly quiet and warm, with temperatures surging back up into the mid-80s, and it's all that warmth that's still lingering across much of the region right now that's helping to fuel these showers and storms. Now, the heaviest of that shower and thunderstorm activity beginning to kick out toward Beaver Dam, Jefferson, and that will roll further off to the east, essentially bringing an end to any real threat of potentially strong to severe storms. However, what we're dealing with now, heavy sustained rainfall from Dodgeville through Cuba City, down in the parts of Lafayette County, even parts of Dane County, especially far eastern Dane County, seeing some of that heavy rainfall right now. The heaviest rain north and west of Sun Prairie as well. Downtown Madison, some light rain showers, but we are watching on our tower camera just multiple lightning flashes over the last little bit here. Things have quieted down looking east from our tower cam, but downtown our Constellation camera, yes, you can see East Washington Avenue there glistening with that rain, whereas temperatures have cooled significantly in recent hours because of that rainfall. I'll let you know exactly how much rain is expected to come down, how long these rain chances are expected to plague parts of southern Wisconsin. That's all coming up in my full forecast here in a few minutes.
All right, Cam, we'll see you in a bit. And whenever we're tracking storms, you can track them too using the 27 Storm Track Weather app. The free app gives you access to the radar right on your smartphone. Right now, Madison police are trying to figure out what led up to a shooting on the city's east side. A spokesperson for the police department says a man was shot along Milwaukee Street around 2:30 this afternoon. He was taken to the hospital with multiple gunshot wounds. Police haven't arrested anyone. They're asking anyone with information about the shooting to come forward. New at 10, a man took a plea deal in connection to a shooting at a bar in Fitchburg. Court records show 36-year-old Dedante Davis pleaded guilty to being a convicted felon in possession of a firearm. Prosecutors dropped a charge of recklessly endangering safety. The criminal complaint says Davis got into a fight with another man outside of Monkey Shines in December of 2023, and the gun Davis pulled out went off. A round hit the side of the bar. Davis was sentenced to a month in prison. A religious organization is getting pushback from some of its members after calling for a ban on same-sex marriage. Southern Baptists voted to call for the U.S. Supreme Court to reverse its decision that made gay marriage legal nationwide. The vote came yesterday at the first day of the organization's annual meeting. The resolution from Southern Baptist delegates sparked concerns with the Madison Baptist Church. New at 10, Renee Aldana has you covered on what their pastor had to say about the motion.
Here at First Baptist Church of Madison, I spoke with the pastor, who believes the Southern Baptist recent convention's resolution doesn't reflect the beliefs of all Baptist churches, including his.
So why would we not affirm the entirety of, the humanity that God has created?
Reverend Tim Scheffler says they're the only Baptist church in Wisconsin to be a part of the Association of Welcoming and Affirming Baptists, a proud LGBTQ plus and ally congregation.
I know that Southern Baptists have a lot to say on social issues, whether it's LGBTQIA participation in the church, or whether it's divorce, or whether it's abortion.
But he says they interpret scriptures differently, in a, quote, very loving and inclusive way.
I myself am openly gay, and there are a few of us who are Baptist clergy who are openly gay or trans, and so I wanted to make sure that the message went out there that says, hey, we're Baptist too. You don't speak for our faith.
Their faith built on the belief that every human being bears the image of God.
The whole message of the Bible to me boils down to love and acceptance and welcome. And especially people who are different from you.
Scheffler says, love thy neighbor is not just a verse, but it's a daily calling. one that challenges but never excludes. Reporting in Madison, I'm Renee Aldana.
Parts of our state are again dealing with air quality issues. Right now, there's an air quality advisory for ozone in the southern part of the state. It goes until 11 p.m. There's also an advisory for particulates for counties to our north. That goes until noon tomorrow. With both advisories, the DNR says the air quality could be unhealthy for people in sensitive groups like people with asthma. Tomorrow marks 2 years since a Sauk County teenager went missing. James Yablonsky left his home on June 12, 2023, and took his father's van. That van was found off Highway 12 in Baraboo. Investigators also found a campsite near that van, but still no sight of James. His father hasn't given up hope and is prepared for the day James is home again.
Your hope in him coming back has not wavered one bit since he went missing?
Nope. I believe he's alive. I just wish whoever's got him would turn him loose and send him home, because I know somebody has him somewhere.
Anyone who may know where James is should call the Sauk County Sheriff's Office. A Madison man is now charged with making terrorist threats. Police say he posted concerning messages online. Officers arrested 22-year-old DeJuan Angelo on Friday at an apartment on Williamson Street. Police say they found multiple guns and multiple pounds of marijuana. Angelo is charged with 4 felonies, including one for terrorist threats. He appeared in court yesterday and has another hearing next week. Tonight, mayors from around the Los Angeles area are demanding the Trump administration stop the immigration raids that led to protests in Los Angeles. And those protests sparked demonstrations in other cities across the country. ABC's Alex Stone has you covered from L.A.
For a 6th night, protesters yelling at National Guard troops protecting a federal building in downtown L.A. On Tuesday night, there were over 200 arrests made by police, many for ignoring orders to leave. And it's not only in Los Angeles. Anger over immigration raids have sent protesters into the streets in New York. On Wednesday night, police detained some. And in Baltimore and Chicago, where a car drove through a group of protesters, 17 were arrested. In Boston, hundreds rallied outside of the State House. In Nebraska, dozens arrested in the state's largest raid yet at a meat production plant.
They just came in and said that it was a raid and we had to get everybody out of production.
And back in California, these new images of ICE agents chasing workers through strawberry fields. Outside the federal building in L.A.
A moment ago, a convoy of federal vehicles came in here and this crowd began to come around that convoy. Then federal police came out with pepper ball guns, keeping them back.
Not far away, new surveillance video appearing to show federal agents boxing in this car, reportedly using tear gas on a passenger and detaining the driver, leaving a toddler, an infant, and their mother behind.
This is the canister from the tear gas that they threw at her.
The Department of Homeland Security saying in a statement the suspect was wanted for punching an agent. On Wednesday, 30 Southern California mayors came together pleading for the situation to calm. Arturo Flores, a mayor of Huntington Park and a combat veteran, with a message to the military.
Whether they have a document or they don't, you're dealing with Americans. So please remember that.
For a second night, an 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew is in place and off-ramps into downtown L.A. are closed with the goal of putting a stop to the violence. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Milwaukee County's chief judge says he's talking with Immigration and Customs Enforcement after the arrest of Judge Hannah Dugan. Dugan is accused of helping an undocumented immigrant evade ICE agents at the Milwaukee County Courthouse. Carl Ashley is the county's chief judge. During an interview that will air Sunday on Upfront, Ashley said he was in touch with ICE as recently as last week.
There is an effort to try to realize how they can do their work and how we can do ours. And so this is an ongoing discussion, and I hope to, based on some recent events and also some clarity from other aspects of policies, that we're able to come up with something that's going to be supportive of what we have to do as judicial officers in Milwaukee County.
Ashley says he wants a new, clear policy in place, and he's talking with federal agents, other judges, and community partners. Hundreds of CDC workers who were fired are now getting their jobs back. More than 450 positions will be reinstated. That's about 20% of the 2,400 employees let go during a big reorganization in April. Some of those workers focused on HIV, lead exposure, and workplace safety. The HHS spokesperson didn't say why the jobs are coming back or when employees will return. The White House says the State Department is preparing to send non-essential staff home from the U.S. Embassy in Iraq due to increased security risks. That decision came after a review of U.S. personnel abroad, though the specific threat isn't clear. An Iraqi official says Baghdad isn't aware of any threats. Non-essential personnel and family members will also depart from embassies in Bahrain and Kuwait. State lawmakers are expected to decide on certain education funding tomorrow at the state capitol. And ahead of that, advocates gathered today, pushing for $480 million in state support for childcare. The Dads for Childcare event was an effort to emphasize the important role early education and childcare providers play in our state's economy.
There are solutions afoot. They're pretty clearly in front of us, and I think that an investment is the best solution that we have right now, and it needs to happen so soon. So I would encourage anybody listening to this to help us uplift that.
Advocates say right now childcare centers cost families an average of nearly $2,900 each month, and many just can't afford that. They say without support from the state in the upcoming budget, some childcare centers will be forced to close. There is much more to come at 10. Still ahead, the new proposals in Madison that could bring more homes and duplexes to a city in need of more housing.
And we continue to track showers, thunderstorms, and even that threat of potentially strong storms over the next few hours. I'll let you know exactly how long this rain will hang with us and how much more may come down in the coming days. That's all coming up.
They play all season for this. The WIAA State Baseball Championships. This is the game they all want to play. These are the games you all want to watch. Now you can watch them live on Catchy Comedy. It's time to crown champions. The WIAA State Baseball Championships. Watch every championship game live Thursday, June 19th, starting at 9 on Catchy Comedy 27.2, sponsored by Menards.
Wisconsin is a special place. Our communities, the people, the history. There is no place quite like it. At Gruber Law Offices, we're honored to say that Wisconsin is home. We live here, we work here, and when someone is injured, we're proud to say we've helped them when they needed it most. We know Wisconsin, and we are Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Get ready for Loop the Lake, a fun-filled journey to support our local waterways. Saturday, June 14th, presented by Clean Lakes Alliance and Lake Ridge Bank. All ages are invited to ride at their own pace around Lake Monona on the official Lake Loop. Kids 10 and under ride free. Sign up at cleanlakesalliance.org/loopthelake. Your ticket includes food, beverage, and a free t-shirt. Use promo code WKOW10 to get 10% off. Loop the Lake, brought to you by Clean Lakes Alliance, Lake Ridge Bank, and WKOW.
Do you remember your first game day? Who did you sit with? Your parents? Your kids? Or maybe it was your best friend? Do you remember your first band show? Or the first time you felt Camp Randall roar? Do you remember your first wow moment? The first play that made you lose your voice? Or the first time you jumped around? Do you remember your first game day?
The biggest steak sale ever is Thursday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Get bacon-wrapped sirloins, New York strips, mouth-watering ribeyes, and tasty T-bones. This sale is huge, and so is our dad-sized 25-ounce Big T-Bone. Plus, get delicious side dishes for the grill. For the best steaks and best prices around, don't miss the biggest steak sale ever. Thursday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
Epoxy concrete coatings are very solid, which is good for durability, but as concrete moves and settles over time, the epoxy can fail because it's not flexible and it can also peel and discolor. At TSR, our concrete coatings are not only far more durable than traditional epoxy, they're also very flexible and will not fade, peel, or discolor, all backed by a lifetime warranty and installed in as little as 1 day. We're currently running our 60-60-60 sale, meaning you get a $60 Visa gift card, plus either 60% off the installation or 60-month no-interest financing. Call the number below for your new floor today.
Live from the WKOW studios in Madison, you're watching 27 News. We've got you covered.
Welcome back. Members of Madison's Common Council and community groups introduced several new proposals designed to create more kinds of housing in the city. The proposals would expand city policies to make it easier to build a range of smaller types of homes and give more flexibility to property owners.
I know change can be scary. I hear it all the time among my constituents. But we all know that Madison is growing, that housing is getting harder to afford. The only way to fix that, unless we can change the law of supply and demand, is to create more housing of all types.
The proposals will be introduced to the Common Council this month. The city of Beloit takes on a starring role in a new TV series.
I just want to give back to the community that gave us a chance.
Beloit has struggled, and our mission is to buy the worst houses on the block and rehab them so they're absolute stunners.
It's called Betting on Beloit, and it features billionaire Diane Hendricks and her daughter, Kanya Hendricks-Shue, and their effort to revitalize homes in Beloit. The show premieres Saturday, July 12th on A&E. It'll run for 12 episodes. Wausau is also getting some of the TV spotlight. A show called Revival is set in Wausau. It'll debut tomorrow on Sci-Fi. The show is based off the Image comic of the same name by Wausau native Tim Seeley and artist Mike Norton. The show deals with recently dead people coming back to life, and one of the show's characters trying to solve a murder mystery. It was actually shot in Canada. The show's co-creator says they worked hard to incorporate Wausau into it.
Yeah, it worked really well as a backdrop for Wausau, but we did want to get, we wanted to make sure the Wausau was featured because it is very much, a character in the story. The town is a very important part of the story.
The show debuts on the Sci-Fi Channel tomorrow night at 9. It can also be seen the next week on Peacock. Right now they've got 10 episodes, and co-creator Luke Boyce is hoping for more seasons to come. In Milwaukee, there's a special boat that works to keep the river system and harbor clean. This is the Leonard Skimmer, owned by the Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewerage District. The vessel removes debris, both natural and human-produced. Captain Scott Cassavant has made some strange discoveries while out on the water, but sometimes the stakes are high.
One of the most rewarding things was saving human life. There was more than a few instances where people were floundering in the water. We happened to be there at the right time. We were able to bring them up on board.
He says he's noticed a big change in the water since they've been cleaning it. The boat's name is a spoof on the band Lynyrd Skynyrd and came from a radio contest. We're just a few days away from Loop the Lake. The bike ride around Lake Monona is Saturday, so you still have time to sign up. We have a link for that on WKOW.com. The proceeds support Clean Lakes Alliance, which works to protect and preserve lakes in the Madison area. WKOW is a proud sponsor of the event. Dana Fulton will be the MC.
Now, 27 storm track weather with Chief Meteorologist Cameron Hopman.
Well, scattered showers and thunderstorms have been the name of the game this evening. Plenty of rainfall coming down, some fairly strong thunderstorms, especially in parts of Dane County over the last little bit. But you'll notice as those showers and storms kick further off to the east, we continue to see them gradually weaken. Here's the strongest of those storms still lingering across much of the region, starting to exit east of the region. But you can see some heavy rainfall out towards Jefferson, Watertown, and Oconomowoc. So we're still watching these showers and thunderstorms roll eastward, but again, weakening as they gradually do. Behind it, heavy, steady rainfall. And this is another issue that we're going to be faced with over the next couple of days. Chances of rain rolling in over the same areas one round after another. That could lead to localized flooding. We'll talk projected rainfall totals here in a moment. Dodgeville down toward Cuba City seeing some of that heaviest rainfall as of right now. You can see additional showers and storms off across the western parts of Wisconsin, even far northeastern Iowa, still developing at this hour. So heavy rainfall in the western half of Dane County as well, but looking at downtown Madison, yeah, the rain's still coming down. It is light in downtown Madison right now. That will not be the case all night long. 65 degrees your current temperature. That's down from the mid to upper 80s that we dealt with earlier on today. Some rain cool air out there for many of us. Janesville hit 90-degree temperatures earlier on. Monroe has yet to see chances of rainfall, so a little bit warmer there, 74. But you can see those rain-cooled temperatures, 64 in Mineral Point right now. That all being said, as of right now, the Storm Prediction Center maintaining that 1 and a 2 on the threat index. Essentially, our threat for severe weather has now concluded. But moving forward, we will continue to see additional chances of rainfall, especially northern Grant County into parts of Richland, Sauk, Iowa counties. That's where we could see some heavy continuous rainfall overnight tonight and into early tomorrow morning. Again, this is where we could see that localized flooding. Plenty of rain coming down through Thursday morning. Keep that in mind before you hit the roads tomorrow morning. Make sure not to go over any of those water-covered roadways. You don't know how deep that water is. 63 degrees, 7 o'clock in the morning. By 9, 65, 68 by 10 o'clock with continuing chances of rainfall. Now, the good news is by the time we're reaching 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, a lot of that heaviest rainfall begins to let up. However, that being said, isolated showers still a possibility as we reach into the afternoon. Temperatures top out in the mid-70s. 76 your high temperature in Madison on Thursday. We may see some lingering showers throughout Thursday evening, though that period, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, looks a bit drier moving forward. Going back to that future track, you can see heavy rainfall starting to populate our future track for the northern half of the state, whereas we stay primarily dry Thursday night into Friday morning. Some continuing chances of rainfall possibility into Friday. These are the latest projections. Now, these numbers are a bit on the high end. This is the latest model run showing as much as 5 inches of rain coming down in Lone Rock between now and tomorrow afternoon. I'm not anticipating that much rain, but the idea is localized flooding will be a possibility. Again, Richland, Sauk, Iowa counties overnight tonight and tomorrow morning. 81 Friday, Saturday, a high